Americans have every right to say, you European guys, after 80 years of us paying, can you just sort out your own security? Can you stop arguing? And by the way, we don't like your politics in Brussels.
Europe faces many challenges, but the crisis this continent faces right now, the crisis I believe we all face together, is one of our own making.
Although it's all right to say that in the US, to bring that speech to the heart of Germany days before its election is absolutely knowingly to interrupt the flow of European events. It's disruption with a capital D.
The threat that I worry the most about vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external actor. And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values, values shared with the United States of America.
I've been looking at the history of isolationism and America Firstism over the past century. And
it's not new.
It's not new. And it's been very much sort of telegraphed that we were expecting an America First White House. And this really was the biggest encapsulation of it for me as a European.
The time has come for the UK and the EU to declare a state of war with the United States of America. Ever since the fascist takeover by Donald Trump, Doge and Elon Musk, America now represents a serious threat to democracy across the world, especially in the Western world. And by betraying Ukraine, Zelensky and the EU and leaving us at the mercy of Vladimir Putin, we have no choice now but to fight for freedom and democracy for all people all around the world. Now, of course, this is not a fight that's going to be easy to win. America is a very powerful country, but I will be the first to volunteer to fight for that cause, to fight that war, whether it's on the beaches of New York or the shores of the River Thames. We must fight fascism wherever we see it, as nations, and stand as one, whether that's us without America in NATO fighting Donald Trump's armies, or whether that's fighting Vladimir Putin. If we don't take action now and stand for our values, stand for our liberal left-wing values, then I believe they will be under threat and possibly destroyed forever. Now, obviously, America is a nuclear-armed country, and that poses a serious challenge. But sometimes you have to stand up and fight for what you believe in, no matter what the challenge is or what the consequences might be. Diplomatically, this will be very difficult, given our long-standing allyship with the United States. But sometimes allies do turn on each other and times change. And you have to stand up for your values no matter what.
Think about this. Next time you're stuck in traffic, the U.S. Department of Transportation emailed us a letter from Secretary Duffy announcing their attempt to end the congestion pricing program in the state of New York. At 1:58 p.m., President Donald Trump tweeted, "Long live the king." I'm here to say New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years. And we sure as hell are not going to start now.
Here in Missouri, we were proud to vote for President Trump, but now we're definitely regretting it. Last year under Biden, we got approved for a $250,000 cost-sharing contract with the Department of Agriculture to improve our water systems on our 300-acre cattle farm. It's beneficial to both parties because we get a break on the cost of labor and construction putting these new pipes in, and the general population gets healthier cattle, healthier beef, etc. So basically we front all the costs for the labor and construction and then they reimburse us. But in January and now in this month, Trump's put all these executive orders to freeze all these contracts. So we've already fronted over $100,000 getting these new pipes in, and now we're not going to get reimbursed. If we call and ask, they say they don't know when the funds are going to be there or if they're going to be there at all. I couldn't believe that Trump would do this to us. We've always supported him. But then my friend sent me an article on what he used to do as a real estate mogul in New York, and apparently he didn't pay companies all the time that he did business with. So I don't know if this is ever going to get solved. We can't afford it. I don't know what we're going to do.
I'm a bit surprised no one mentions here that the United States have also withdrawn from the Human Rights Council of the United Nations. This makes the world, for all Europeans, a more dangerous place. I'm not surprised, of course. I mean, we're speaking in the end of a country whose governments have illegally abducted people, tortured them in secret prisons throughout the Middle East, killed children, bombed weddings from Iraq to Afghanistan. A country responsible, according to its own universities, for millions of victims in the Middle East. We're speaking about a government that's actually today, currently pushing, supporting genocide, supporting the deportation of millions of Palestinians, the country blocking the Cuban people from getting the medical equipment they need and deserve, a country imposing sanctions on working-class families throughout the world just because they disagree with their government, and a country currently mass deporting working-class families from the United States. Now, the question is not, why are the US withdrawing from human rights conventions? The question is, why is Europe not reacting? Do we think this is a good thing? Are we afraid to stand up? Or is this the true face of this union, not fighting for global human rights, but for corporate interests and profits of Musk?
Hello everybody, welcome back again to today's episode. If you are new in my channel, you are highly welcome. Guys, we are still on this politics. The fact is that I don't understand why they are withdrawing from human rights. You denying people of medical treatment. You have taken food away from many persons' mouth. You know, persons losing their jobs, losing their home, no hopes, deportation and all that. Is this what we expected from this man, Donald Trump? I mean, I don't really get it. We have to watch out because we don't know what is coming next for us, you know. So at this point, I'm so speechless that so many things every day is coming up. You denying human rights, I don't understand that. Come on, Donald Trump. This is not what we asked for. This is not what you promised us for. Yes, we voted for you. We never knew that you have another motive. So, guys, let me know what you think about this right there in comment section. Thank you for watching. I love you all as always.
Europe is now in the last chance saloon. The West is basically disintegrating under the pressure from Trump. And in most of these countries now, far-right populist groups are emerging who are joyfully imitating Trump's language on immigration, Trump's language on constitutions, Trump's languages on the rule of law. And in Germany and Austria, we've got this very interesting question about what the big old parties do. Can they form coalitions to exclude the far right? Can they govern? And then what happens when new elections come along? And it's the last chance saloon, because if they don't manage to bring together functioning coalitions that work, it's giving that opportunity to the far right.